Chapter 58 and verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins.
Copyright disclaimer. This content does not belong to Bible Chronicles or claim this intellectual property. The content provided today has and always will belong to the content owner. Bible Chronicles does not have any affiliation with the owner of this property. As mentioned, Bible Chronicles did not intend to make use of any material for the purpose of harvesting gain. However, Title 17 of United States copyright law states material and use can only be done when it's for theological or general educational purposes, and thus Bible Chronicles believes that this principal material falls under fair use, which honors protection under Section 107 of the same U.S. copyright law.
Quiero pensar, pero no puedo, no. El ruido en la ciudad está consumiendo, wow. Quieren pensar, sin ni siquiera estar al mando. Tanta publicidad subliminal te está matando. Les cuesta decidir por sí mismos cuál es su mando. Publican sonrisas con el corazón llorando. Quieren brillar, pero sin tener que valerse de tener sus ideas propias. Los veo a todos igual, solo son la réplica de la imitación de una triste copia. Obedece, la vida es un suspiro y envejeces. Te dejas distraer por estupideces y pierdes el eje. Te duele por dentro, entonces te creces, pero aceptas mucho menos de lo que mereces. ¿Y quién te ha dicho a ti que no puedes pensar sobre lo que decís, sobre cómo actuar? Lucha por ser feliz sin a nadie dañar, y solo así podrás brillar. ¿Y quién te ha dicho a ti que no puedes pensar sobre lo que decís, sobre cómo actuar? Lucha por ser feliz sin a nadie dañar, y solo así podrás brillar. Conserva tu juicio y tu intuición, más activos que el que lucha por lo suyo y no se rinde. Yo ya te digo cuál es mi misión, y es contarte que el mal por su propio pie pronto se extingue. No caigas bajo su control, pues por la televisión es normal que mal lo pinte. Tú mantente firme en conexión con la fuente de creación, vivirás siempre de fin de. Dios abre los ojos, dime lo que ves. A tus propios hijos matándose por billetes. Niños por cada 2 por 3. Pa' unos es bendición, con otros por su causa pequen. Y yo que intento ser un ser crístico, voy bendiciendo hasta los diablos. Piensan que es cierto el mensaje típico. Dicen que invento lo del engaño, y mientras lucho contra mis errores, demonios escucho, me ofrecen soluciones. Pero sé que hay un ángel que quiere que mejore. Me dice haz un trabajo interno antes de que lo ignores, antes que otra vez llores y se llenen los mares de pena y de dolores, ya que en mi mente no caben. La paz no va en un sobre, somos algo importante. Nunca te revelaste y por eso no lo sabes. ¿Y quién te ha dicho a ti que no puedes pensar sobre lo que decís, sobre cómo actuar? Lucha por ser feliz sin a nadie dañar, y solo así podrás brillar. dicho a ti que no puedes pensar sobre lo que decir, sobre cómo actuar? Lucha por ser feliz sin a nadie dañar, solo si podrás brillar. Me desperté tan cansado, me sentía mal herido de todo lo que he pasado. No me quita lo aprendido, por dentro me he perdonado, pero casi no me olvido. Me desperté tan cansado, me sentía mal herido de todo lo que he pasado. No me quita lo aprendido, por dentro me he perdonado, pero casi no me olvido, no. Todos repiten lo que dice el referente, discursos vacíos lejos de ser coherentes. De lo que no sabes será mejor que no inventes, que investigues y no te dejes lavar la mente. ¿Y quién te ha dicho a ti que no puedes pensar sobre lo que decir, sobre cómo actuar? Lucha por ser feliz sin a nadie dañar, y solo así podrás brillar. ¿Y quién te ha dicho a ti que no puedes pensar sobre lo que decir, sobre cómo actuar? Lucha por ser feliz sin a nadie dañar, y solo así podrás brillar. Quiero pensar, pero no puedo, no. El ruido en la ciudad está consumiendo,
El autor viene a decirnos con mucha firmeza y gran convencimiento lo mismo que nos decía en el siglo XVIII el barón de Holbach, ¿no? Un filósofo francés de origen alemán. Si nos remontamos al comienzo, entonces hallaremos que la ignorancia y el temor crearon a los dioses. La fantasía, el entusiasmo o el engaño los adornaron o desfiguraron. La debilidad les rinde culto, la credulidad los conserva, la costumbre los respeta y la tiranía los apoya para que la ceguera de los hombres sirva a sus propios intereses.
All right, here we go. Give me a second. I got something different to show you guys. I wanted to do this class, but I couldn't do it. My mom was done with the notes. I just couldn't do it. So anyways, let's see. How many people are here? I don't think there's many people here. Is there anybody here? All right, so it looks like there's a couple people. All right. Let's tackle this real quick. Black, white, y'all the same. Black, white, y'all the same. I won't spend too much time on this. I'll probably go an hour max, okay? But I want to share this with you. This is where in this channel we bring facts, not fiction. We don't bring narrative. We basically, share to our people exactly who came in 1492 without, being blind to the fact or mesmerized because supposedly you feel like Jesus in your soul or some shit like that. Let's pay attention to this real quick. And I'm gonna, as they're saying stuff, I'm gonna bring some stuff up.
What's up, bro?
I ain't your brother, but it's all right. What's up? Have to
It's
make
an
sure I say
expression.
that.
I didn't actually mean to call you
Right.
that.
Yeah.
It's
I
an
know.
expression.
Ironic if you're considering him Edom and shit. Technically, he is your brother. But, you know, here we see just like a Canaanite flex, like as if they're no different than these people here. So we're going to tackle this right now. We're going to listen to what the fuck these people are saying. And then I want to show you exactly what the scriptures talk about. Okay? Let's go.
I know.
But eventually I'm going to speed it up because these guys talk slow. These guys talk slow for me, all right? So I'm just letting you know. I'm going to speed it up in a little bit.
Just like you disrespectfully wear glasses.
Why do you think that's disrespectful?
I don't know. It's pretty disrespectful to me.
Oh, you know what you can
But-
say? You can say, hey, Cap, can you take the glasses off? I'll take
Let's
the
do
glasses.
it.
Ain't no big deal.
There we go.
See how easy that is?
Look at that. More respectful a little bit.
See where they're like, okay, what's going on? Nah, I don't got time for that. Let's speed it up. Trust and believe they don't sound this smart. All right, so what I'm going to show you right now, it's going to be the stupidity of between two people that believe stupidity. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you real quick. They're no different. Like, this man might say that he's so-called, you know, African or Israelite, but the dude is white, bro. When the fuck do people stop being something and start being something else?
I don't think it's disrespectful to wear glasses, though.
It's all right. So what are you doing here, bro? Like, what are you trying to do? What do you think? You think God's up in heaven and he's black? And you think he's like, oh, my special man.
Does God
teaching
have woolly
people?
hair?
Yeah, sure. It says white as wool, but it doesn't say it's woolly. It says white as wool. So that's a
So he says, does God have woolly hair? Okay, all right. A lot of times, you know, you that read the scriptures, you want to reference Jesus. Jesus, if he was real, which I know he ain't, but if he was real, you would still have to understand that he ain't your fucking father. Like, he didn't have you as a baby. Do you understand that? So, like, you have to go back to your forefathers. Okay? Okay. So let's start in, like, maybe somewhere where we could just kind of make it simple, you know? Like, just we could start there. 1 Samuel, for example, chapter 19, verse 13. Right? Let's check this out. It says right here. It says, and Michal took an image and laid it in the bed and put a pillow of goat's hair for his bolster and covered it with a cloth. And when Saul sent messengers to take David, she said, he is sick, right? You see the story. And as you keep reading forward, verse 16, and when the messengers came in, behold, there was an image in the bed with a pillow of goat's hair for his bolsters. It wasn't nappy, curly, wavy, fucking afro. It wasn't none of that. At all. This is disregarded. Even though they say they read the Bible. Songs of Solomon talks about a very similar concept here because it's actual Solomon. He says, thy neck is like the Tower of David, build it for an armory, wherein they hang 1,000 bucklers as shield as mighty men. Hold on, am I looking for the right one? I don't think that's it. I don't think that's it. My apologies, fam. 6'5" maybe? Is that what it is? Oh, Songs of Solomon 6:5 says, turn away thine eyes from me, for they have overcome me. Thy hair is as a flock of goats that appear from the Gilead. It's not nappy or wavy or woolly or afroish or however you want to name it. Why is this being ignored? Anyways, let's continue. Oh, no, actually, let me give you one more. You know what? No, let's continue. We'll see where we go with this.
description of color.
By the way, I'm not here to defend the fucking Edomite, dude. Like, I'm not here to do that. I'm here to show you how they're the same.
Probably,
doesn't say
but-
woolly. It says white is wool.
Let's say white as wool, but either way, it's irrelevant.
No problem.
So you think God's up there?
Well,
and
let me
he's
answer
like,
the first question. You said,
Yeah.
what am I doing here?
No, what are you doing here? What's your goal?
When I have these debates, right? You know, we got my good brother. What's your name again? Brandon. We got my good brother Brandon.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon, this ain't no disrespect to you at all, but Brandon is not good business for me. What I mean by that is, if two black people are having this conversation, it doesn't wake my people up as good as it is to have you white people up here, so that I can break the mental chains that your people have done to my people. So when you
Mental chains that your people have done to my people. This is exactly what I'm trying to fucking make sure that you guys understand. Negroes like Kim and white people like him, the other guy, enslaved our people. They both showed up here to the shores. That may be a surprise to a few of you that are up here late with me tonight, because tonight is, you know, one of those late nights. I don't expect everybody to listen. But I've shared this many, many, many times on my channel that, you know, there were Negro slavers here. Negro buck-breaking slavers. By y'all believing in the Atlantis. Here, I'm going to play this for you. Because I played this the other day, and it's... Hold on. Where? Don't tell me I lost a spot. Don't fucking tell me, dude. Come on, bro. Here it goes right here, right? So I played this video the other day. I didn't want to have to look for it again because I don't recall where it was, to be honest with you. And let's remind ourselves exactly who came here. Exactly who were the invaders around 1492. Okay? Now, remember, keep in mind that my goal was to do this class here. Christopher Columbus, a Jew. I was going to show how he is, technically. But they, you know, again, these people have been working together for some time, fam. Listen to this real quick. Hey, Spartacus, is it my end or what? Not over here. Bro, let's...
Nuevo Mundo descubre América. Los primeros esclavos que van al Nuevo Mundo son blancos. Sí, señor, blancos. Y los primeros negros que van al Nuevo Mundo son esos que tenían ya 50 años o más de presencia renovada y que eran negros ladinos y preparados militarmente para la conquista. En la capitulación de Toledo, que firma Francisco Pizarro en Toledo con la reina Juana, en el 29º, otro sí, pide 50 esclavos, entre los cuales debe haber un tercio de hembras, y se aprobó. Esos eran negros ladinos. Y estos negros ladinos ayudaron a la conquista y recibieron los mismos honores o los mismos castigos cuando los indios vencieron que los españoles. Pero los primeros esclavos fueron blancos, porque la...
So as you can see and hear, the first slaves were typically what? Pale skin. Some of these dudes were adults, bro, like adult grown, like 50 years old, bro. These are the same dudes that Christopher Columbus allowed to choose from the very best, whatever, daughters of ours, and you're born, you're not curious. Oh, fuck. So are I late 70. Slavery doesn't.
¿Verdad? Color hasta esa época.
A reparations narrative. You get what I'm saying?
La esclavitud no reconocía color hasta esa época. Y la prueba está que en el siglo XIII, cuando Alfonso X el Sabio relata las 7 partidas, en una de ellas, tomando quizás algo del Código Justiniano, dice que no es de natura esclavizar a otro hombre. Entonces la esclavitud casi estaba abolida. Revive por el presidente de América y sin noción de lo que iba a hacer esto se manda blancos. Ahora, no vamos a decir que los blancos llegaron encadenados. Se mandaba a los blancos por castigos, se sacaban de las cárceles, porque estaban en la inopia y iban en una forma de contratos temporales que ellos mismos pudieran omitirse. Y 1000 formas diferentes para la esclavitud.
Just bring this up to your attention, okay? How the fuck can you say this right here? Like, again, I'm not here to defend fucking Anglo-Saxon. But these motherfuckers both came in 1492, enslaved our people, gave us smallpox, raped our women, were given encomiendas. Both of them, white and black, bro. It's not a joke. These guys are arguing about supposedly they did that. One of them did that to each other, but no, fuck no, dog. You did that to the indigenous people here in the Americas. We have records of it. Would you not see the video? Do we not have documentation? Do you guys not publicize that shit in the African Americans by Henry Louis Gates? 7 Myths of the Spanish Conquest, Black Societies of Spanish Florida, Africa's Gift to America. You fucking say that. Don't you publish Ivan Sertima and even influences fucking pseudo-ass historical concepts into your genre of talk? What are you talking about, bro? In this channel, we don't bullshit. These guys are not Israelites, bro. Give me a moment when black folks, when they came to the Americas, ever ran into smallpox and then were decimated by smallpox. Let me know when you can give me that answer, and then, I'll be here waiting.
Doesn't wake my people up as good as it is to have you white people up here, so that I can break the mental chains that your people have done to my people. So when you sit here and try to act innocent, well, now I won't say you yet, but when the people get up here, like this man behind me, and when I ask him, how did we receive slavery, and he won't answer the question, my people will see a white man try to lie his way out of the truth.
To remind y'all, man, and this is where I have a problem, bro. This is where I just problem with people. Like, why don't you ever talk about the fucking slaves that you people owned, bro? I've shared this book many fucking times on my channel. I've shared it many times. Like, you guys can grab this yourselves. There are records of this shit, And here's what bothers me about motherfucking people. Free Negro owners of slaves in the United States in 1830, together with absentee ownership of slaves. You understand what that says? You heard what he said. This reminds you that negros owned slaves. And those slaves that they owned weren't always negros. They were people like you and I, or even usually Irish people. And obviously black. Because these were the so-called light-skinned Negroes, is how they call themselves. See, in this channel, I don't say stuff because I hate stuff. I say stuff because facts matter. You understand what I'm saying? So here we see the obviousness of the fucking, dude, the hypocrisy, bro. Are you fucking kidding me?
And I wake up more of my people when I battle your people. So you're the prop, so that I can wake up my people.
So your goal here is to wake up the people and
my people.
Yeah, your people.
Right.
Your special people, right?
Right.
Because you're different than me. Even though we have the same blood and everything else, you're somehow different.
Yes,
you're
I'm
special.
better.
You're special.
I'm better. The Bible says, Deuteronomy 7:6, it says,
Jesus said, preach his gospel to every creature.
Wait, before we get to that part, Deuteronomy 7:6 says, for thou art a holy people, that God chose thee to be special unto himself. Does it say that about the children of Israel?
Why do you think he said that?
And it says above all nations. Did he say that? Before we get to
I want to tell you real quick, just to give you a heads up, these motherfuckers always want to use that example as if supposedly the Most High, our Creator, chose the Israelites, not some fucking Africans, the Israelites, right? Because they were physically better, physically stronger, physically taller, like just fucking like better at everything. Why are you guys such, see, this is where you as an individual needs to really discern the message that people tell you. If you want to be glorified, bro, you should have just stayed in Christianity. Or maybe that'll work. But if you read the Bible, watch what it says in Deuteronomy 4:38. It says, here, Most High is letting us know what he's going to do for our people. And in verse 38, it says, to drive out nations before thee, greater and mightier than thou art, to bring thee, to give thee their land for an inheritance as it is this day. Do you understand what that says? That doesn't sound like you're a fucking dominant nation. And do you not remember when Joshua sent those people and they went in there and checked those Canaanites? And what did they come back with, dude? Like, they're fucking huge, bro. We're like ants to them. Do you remember what the size of Shaq is? The fucking earth. Once again, I'll go back. If you guys are the Israelites, okay, when did Negros here, so-called African Americans, get smallpox in the Americas and then get decimated by that. How can you call that? I mean, even at this point, dude, I'm still fucking proving you wrong, bro. Like, what do you mean? He didn't choose you because you were the greatest. He fucking felt sorry for Israel. That's what the Most High chose the Israelites. He felt sorry for them, but he saw that it would be devoted. I don't even understand this shit, dude. But, you know, let's continue.
To why does it say that?
Sure.
So if it says that, then it's not I that think I'm special. It's God that think I'm special.
Okay, so who was your great-great-great-great-great-grandfather? What's his name?
Is that guy still here that says strive not after genealogy? You see that right
there?
No,
I'm asking you because that's what you're pandering to. So I'm asking you, do you even know the name of your great-great-great-great-grandfather? Do you know his name?
Your ancestors made sure I don't know.
No, you don't know the name of anything. You know nothing. In fact, you think.
Here's the deal. Here's the problem with seeing two fucking idiots right here that they both enslave people and shit want to hide it. You can't say that he enslaved you because your people were enslaving people here already. And that's something that you people don't want to fucking talk about, man. That's and I urge everybody to bring that fact to the table, bro. Negros have owned slaves. Negras have owned slaves since 1492. They've had encomiendas all over South Central and in Mexico until motherfuckers got kicked out. The fact is that we understood these things and y'all didn't. And now they want to try to act like we're the same. We're not the same. We have no relation whatsoever. Y'all didn't struggle the way we did. And, you know, when it comes to your black, white Jesus, y'all can both have them, bro. And it's just so funny that I see you guys arguing about a white Jesus, a black Jesus, and you both were slavers of people.
Think you know something because you have a little bits of pieces that you've pulled from history and you think it's relevant. And you're like, oh, but that's the story that a bunch of people that were in power gave you. No, so they gave you a story that you don't even know is true.
People in power did not give me that. People in power gave me white Jesus.
No, the
people in power told me all nations God love. People told me God was all. The same people that murdered my ancestors told me God loved. That's what the powers that be gave me. It was the humble people. It was the low people. Zephaniah 2:1 says, gather yourselves together, O nation not desired. The nation that was not.
Hold on a second. Let me remind myself, just to check. Okay. Okay, well, so we saw this book, right? And I know nobody's watching. It's all good, dude. Y'all gonna catch it later anyways. I don't give a fuck. You're gonna catch it later. So in Louisiana, we have records of negros, so-called African Americans, all right, who owned slaves. You see? Slaves, total. Age of slaves. The names of the owners of the slaves are on the left side. You see this Jean? This is a black woman, so-called, right? She owned 57 slaves, and they usually were between 55 and 100 years old. See, this is the stuff you don't want to talk about. And this is the stuff white people don't want to talk about either, because then everything that they fucking created goes down the fucking toilet. You understand what I mean by when I say that? Maybe y'all don't get it.
Not desired is who told me who I was, gave me my identity, gave me the laws of God. So whereas y'all are slaves to sin.
What makes you think you know history?
What history?
You think you know history?
What history? I never said I knew history. What history are you talking about?
The history to determine what you are, what you think you are.
The Bible gives me my history.
How does that connect to you?
So, for example, in Deuteronomy 28:68, when it says, "You shall be brought into Egypt again with ships, and you shall be sold for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you." The word Egypt means what?
It's Egyptians, the people of Egypt.
The original name is Matazarium or Mitzrayim.
Yeah.
Why is it Egypt? Because Egypt means bondage. So the Lord punished the children of Israel with a bondage that they would never get out of by ship. The transatlantic slave trade.
And Jesus set you free.
Absolutely.
So then why are you still?
You see how these motherfucking Canaanites always go to that stupid ass verse in Deuteronomy 28:68 because it's so fucking common. They assume that all black folks were put on slave ships and Mexicans or other indigenous people never were. Fine, I'll give you that, just for the sake of that you're so minute in the mindset. How come you motherfuckers never bring up this other fucking part here? Okay? I want to remind you of what happens to people when they go through infections. For example, in Deuteronomy 28:27, the Lord shall smite thee with the botch of Egypt, and with the emeralds, and with the scab, and with the itch, whereof thou cannot be healed. Verse 6, and thy carcasses shall be meat unto all fowls of the air, and unto the beasts of the earth, and no man shall fray you. The only people that ever suffered from this type of botch of Egypt or smallpox and decimated to the fucking furthest extent to where you couldn't bury them and the birds were there eating them was our indigenous people right here. And the only people that ever decimated from this type of diseases was our people. And guess who fucking brought smallpox to the Americas? Let me not forget to remind you, these guys brought French pox. These motherfuckers right here brought smallpox. West Africans brought smallpox to the America. Y'all need to realize that shit.
Still sitting here in bondage, bro.
I never said I was in bondage. I said what was prophesied. When did I say I was in bondage? You're looking at a free man.
No, you're not, dude.
You
bro.
know who's in bondage?
Do you keep
a black man that would sit here and try to save you as you hate him?
No, dude.
You see how you call me brother? Yeah. A slave would acknowledge and say, "Hey, brother." A free man would say, "What? You're not my brother because you're not."
No,
like you're the one that's nothing to me.
A racist disrespect.
How many times have people came over to this channel, man, and that's all of a sudden called me a conquistador because we disagree? And then all of a sudden they want to say that they're all brothers. Man, get out of here.
No, a man that the Bible says, hear not the prayer of the dead Israelites. My dead ancestors would hate me if I called you my brother.
That sounds
They would abhor me if yes, they would.
So racist.
Because they would.
Hey, you know what, family? I'm glad you brought that verse up because you should feel that way about this piece of shit motherfucker, bro. That trope chart that you guys worship is a total fake fucking douche. It's a douchebag bag, bro. These people here that you see them arguing, it's a purpose. It's for a reason. Ask these motherfuckers who brought smallpox. They're gonna say the white man. I will show you that it was not the white man.
Say, so how could that man be your brother?
You're like,
how could that man be your brother?
Because you're a human, bro. I'm a human.
Right.
You got hands. I got hands.
Hey,
the color of my skin.
Are white people allowed to hate Carmelo Anthony?
I don't even know who that is, bro.
Carmelo Anthony just got found guilty for unaliving a white man.
I don't even know who that is.
Are white people allowed to hate him?
I don't know who that is, and I don't care.
Y'all about to celebrate 250 years with the 4th of July, right?
I don't celebrate the 4th of July, bro.
Okay, so are white people allowed to hate the British?
I don't hate anybody.
Yeah, see, that's your problem.
I walk with Jesus, bro. I walk in love.
Did Jesus hate?
Nah, I don't think we're supposed to.
Luke 19 and 27, Christ said, bring hither those that not should have ruled, that not should have.
Emily, you guys know that Jesus is also the Mithras, right? Right? Okay, well, you know what? Let them, let Satan fight with Satan.
That I should rule over them and slay them before me. Did he hate? When Christ beat them out the temple, when Christ made a scourge of cords,
wickedness. When Christ, and people that abhor to wickedness, that's
did he beat them out the temple?
Yeah, but that would be
hate.
No, I don't think that's hate.
What is it?
So I think that's pointing out that it's wicked.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make these cords. I'm just gonna beat you. Y'all take this whipping real. But I don't hate y'all.
Yeah. Exactly. Right.
Well, this is it. This is what you did. This is what your fucking Captain Tazariak TV is about. I mean, okay, let's speed up, man. Like maybe there's a little spike right here. Maybe there's some real talk right here.
Wait, this is the beauty of English. Because the English translators knew that Esau's red was not the ruddy of David and not the ruddy of Esther. That's why they use a different English word to translate the same Hebrew word.
Two totally different things.
Because Hebrew has one word can have multiple definitions. So David was just a fly-looking cat. Esther was a beautiful-looking woman.
Actually, David was actually red-skinned, and Esau was red and hairy, which meant, but typically white
Esau
with
was
red
a caveman.
hair. Actually, he wasn't even a caveman.
What did we read earlier? What did we read earlier? Didn't we read earlier regarding Samuel? See what I mean? Why is this ignored? And you guys really fucking believe this fucking dude, bro? Okay, let's continue with it because I ain't gonna be here that long.
Which one of y'all say?
He actually wasn't just, it wasn't even just a caveman.
In the Bible, it says Esau dwelt in the cleft of the rock. He's the cave dweller.
Let me read
y'all
you
are
this.
Edomites.
Yeah, so you don't even know what that means. No, you don't even, what does a Gentile mean to you? A non-Jew?
No, actually.
What does it mean to you?
Gentile, by definition, just means nation.
Yeah.
In context, it could apply to a non-Israelite or an Israelite. So you got to read the sentence. And if the sentence implies that it's a non-Israelite,
I'm going to give you a better definition. So in the book of Enoch, it talks about the fallen angels that came down. Yeah, and it mentioned. Oh yeah, there is.
Vagina is not that good, man.
Let me just explain to you real quick.
Vagina is so good. Angels want it. Angels don't want the vagina. Listen, I love vagina
to you real quick.
But the angels don't love vagina that much, where they're going to disobey God and sleep with women.
Okay, so and it's referenced also in the book of Genesis in chapter Genesis 6. All right.
Is good though.
So here's the deal. So what happened was these beings.
This is who you follow. You stupid fucking Mexicans that believe in the strobe chart, bro. Vagina's good. I know the angels wouldn't come down to it. Y'all so selective, bro. Look, my question is this. Everybody runs to Deuteronomy 28. And I always wonder, like, why the fuck? Okay, so first of all, why the fuck would you go to Deuteronomy 28, say that you belong to all of these curses, but then when we ask these specific, in-depth, at least more specific questions, or questions with specific answers expected, you can't answer that. So verse 27 in Deuteronomy 28 says, the Lord will smite thee with the botch of Egypt, and with the emeralds, and with the scab, and with the itch, whereof thou not cannot be healed. When the fuck did that happen to so-called African Americans in the Americas, when supposedly you guys were brought here? Or if you were even here, supposedly. Verse 26, and thy carcasses shall be meat unto all fowls and air, and unto the beasts of the earth, and no man shall fray you away. Now we know, historically speaking, for our people, that shit happened to us. When did it happen to you?
Created children called giants, and those giants is actually where you get the word Gentile.
Thing he's arguing about giants and all that. It's just, I mean, come on, bro. Like, what really? Does that even matter? But this is what this guy's showing. Instead of actually showing the questions that I have. See, his General Yohana has been to my channel. General Yohana has been to my channel. I saw him on my post. He posted on my fucking feed. He never said, oh, come debate my fucking so-called people. No, he said, oh, ICPK is home of the truth. That's it. And then he skedaddled away. The reason why that happens is because you guys can't fucking debate none of the stuff that I fucking bring out. But let's continue, though, because I'm not here to defend no white man, bro. I'm here to point out to our people that these both are snakes.
It's a giant tile. It means descendant of giants.
I thought it was Nephilim.
Yeah, exactly. It is the same root word.
Wait,
Nephilim,
but if
giants,
do you believe in the Bible?
Nephilim. Oh, of course.
Okay, so when you say those giants, right?
Yeah. So that's why it's called Gentile.
Wait, hold on. Does it say that there was giants after that?
Yeah, it says before and after.
So then if there was giants after that and only 8 people survived the flood, right? Mm-hmm. Where the fallen angels children?
That's a really good question, and there's a whole lot of theories about it. And I don't think we need to get into it, but I can explain it to you.
I just want from my listening audience, stop believing fallen angels and that they had sex with women. They did not.
So they actually made it with animals afterwards, because after
came not to destroy but to fulfill. Mm-hmm. Then he said, whosoever break the least commandments and teach men so shall be least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall teach and do them shall be called great.
Here's where he's teaching about his Negro Jesus, the fucking Mithraic motherfucker that they don't even understand that they're worshiping. But, again, it goes back to the Hamitic spirit, because who started this religion? Christianity is a Hamitic religion, which is why people like him are pushing it to this day. Do you understand that? Oh, just not getting it. Let's continue.
Great. So when I teach and do them, am I great? Yes or no?
Sure.
Earlier in the scriptures in Exodus, it talked about, like, don't worship the ways of, the Egyptians. The Egyptians had a virgin mom and a son. Look it up.
When I teach and do them, am I great? Answer the question. Christ,
sure.
When you teach not to do them, are you the least?
What are you talking about?
I know it goes over your head because you mentioned being a slave.
Jesus, Paul
gave you freedom, Paul said, I am a prisoner of Christ. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Is that wrong?
How many examples have I given you that Paul quoted Plato? These are the people that are worshiping the same concept, but like mixed in other religions. Like, it's very fucking obvious, family. Think about this for a moment, okay? The Old Testament said, do not follow the ways of Egypt. In Egypt, there was a concept of, matter of fact, let me see if I can find that fucking, because you know what I mean? This is what it takes, bro. Like, you can't say it no more. You got to show it, right? Well, let me see if I can find it real quick. Talks about the concept of father, mother. Matter of fact, let me let it play.
No.
Thank you. Because being locked in with God and being a prisoner with God and being a prisoner of Christ is a great thing. But being locked into sin, Christ said in John 8:32, ye shall know the truth and the truth shall make you free.
Yeah.
The Pharisees said, we are the sons of Abraham and have never been in bondage to any man. And Christ said, he that is a servant of sin is in bondage to it. And you're teaching people to sin.
No, bro, you are teaching people so.
You are
bro, you
a
walk in
slave
pride.
to sin.
You are
you
so much pride.
Do you keep the Sabbath? Do you keep the
You walk in
Sabbath?
pride. No, I don't actually.
You are a slave to sin.
Jesus was the Sabbath,
You
bro.
go to church on Sunday, you are a slave to sin.
Bro,
you
Jesus
keep Christmas, you are a slave
Let me ask
to
you a question.
sin.
So the,
you say I'll just flip that on you?
The blood of the Lamb.
Here goes, I found the link. Give me a second real quick. Let me pull it up.
Now, I spoke earlier about...
Honestly, man, this is the whole truth, nothing but the truth. So help you God. And I know people don't like my fucking content because I actually bring out facts, you know. I don't mind, bro. One day I may take a break, temporary or permanent. But at the end of the day, when I do that, it's because I know I've done what I could to show our people who the fuck, who, what, then, where, and to defend. Let's listen to the reality of Christianity, okay? This is what you guys worship. So let's just be honest with each other as adults.
Heru, this is his daddy. Asar. Asar. The first individual in the recorded history of humanity, the first crucified Savior, the first resurrected Savior, the story of Asar and his wife Aset and their son Heru is the first story of a Trinity. See, because after Asar was murdered, his spirit came back and impregnated his wife Aset, who was a virgin, and then 9 months later, she gives birth to their son, Heru, who was born coincidentally on December the 25th, the same date as his daddy. This is a story that was written by African people over 4,000 years before the story of Jesus the Christ.
Now you understand what that means? You guys realize that? I'm going to hear it one more time. I want to play it again because I don't think you guys understand what the fuck we just heard. Why do you think I've been bringing out a bunch of stuff regarding these particular situations of the New Testament? And why I have to embarrass people like this guy over here, this Canaanite, who's a white guy that has woolly hair. I mean, practically, bro, look, aren't they the same color? You know? Is one paler than the other? Do you understand what I mean? Man, put a bigger nose on him, thicker lips wouldn't be the same. How come we stop ignoring like the actual fucking facts? This is reality. This is history right here. I don't show you guys stuff that I don't really thoroughly investigate. This is where Christianity came from, the concept of Trinity, the Father, the Mother, and the Son. That's why the Old Testament kept warning us when we left Egypt. You're going to run into that religion once more. Don't follow the way of them. Nah, I didn't listen. Jeremiah talked about it. The Queen of Heaven. Nah, y'all didn't listen. All of a sudden, the New Testament's created. Nah, y'all didn't listen. And now you got Old Testament believers thinking they got a Jesus living right now. Shh.
Who are you?
This is history. These are facts. This is what that Christmas Christian religion came from. Give them the respect for it, but understand exactly what their demonic concept is coming from. Wisdom of Solomon 12 talked about why our Creator, the Most High, got rid of them. Or did you guys not read that shit? For that incorruptible, Wisdom of Solomon 12:1, for that incorruptible spirit is in all things. Therefore, chasteneth thou them by little and little that offend, and warneth them by putting them in remembrance when they have offended, not leaving their wickedness, they may believe on thee, O Lord. So he gave them a chance. When Canaan, if you read Jubilees 9 and 10, you'll understand what this is talking about. Canaan stayed in the land that didn't belong to them. The Most High gave them a chance. He said, okay, let me see. For it was in thy will to destroy by thy hand of our fathers both those old inhabitants of thy holy land, whom thou hatest for doing most odious works of witchcraft and wicked sacrifices, and also those merciless murderers of children and devourers of men's flesh and their feasts of blood. Why were they sacrificing children? It was because they had this concept of the mother, the son, and the child that would die for their sins. That's why you guys do the Eucharist. Why do you think BHI gives you the Eucharist? Here's the wine, here's the bread. Bro, y'all practicing Mithraic, fucking straight up Hamitic, crazy shit. The reason why the Most High said to the Israelites, do not follow the ways of the Egyptians, is because he knew that that fucking religion would continue on and on and on. Why? Where did it come from? Nimrod. Oh, y'all forgot? It says, and also those merciless murderers of children and the devourers of men's flesh. And they want to put that upon our people to make it seem like we were doing shit like that. Well, now we can actually see that it was not us. And feast of blood with their priests of the midst of their idolatrous crew and their parents that killed with their own hands, souls destitute of help. If you read the translation on the New Oxford Annotated Bible with the Apocrypha, you'll see that it talks to these people about the initiates, meaning they were already practicing some fucking witchcraft shit, meaning they weren't following the Creator. They were on their own. On their own. Let me remind you, we're almost done.
Now, I spoke earlier about Heru. This is his daddy, Asar. Asar, the first individual in the recorded history of humanity, the first crucified Savior, the first resurrected Savior, the story of Asar and
crucified, resurrected Savior. That means he's born and as a baby and killed again. Now you understand why the sacrifice concept came from. People didn't. I don't think people really had an ill intention of it. Maybe initially, man, but then it became that.
his wife Aset and their son Heru is the first story of a trinity. See, because after Asar was murdered, his spirit came back and impregnated his wife Aset, who was a virgin. And then 9 months later, she gives birth to their son Heru, who was born coincidentally on December the 25th, the same date as his daddy. This is a story that was written by African people over 4,000 years before the story of Jesus the Christ.
So yeah, is that what it is? Is that what y'all believe in? Let me get a little bit more than we're done.
My question. I just want you to answer my question. Christ said, if you break, then teach. Excuse me. If you break
Jesus
the least,
break the Sabbath?
I'm just
Yes,
asking
he did.
the question, man. Can I
Jesus
ask my
broke the
question
Sabbath.
first?
Yeah, go for it.
Christ said, if you break the least commandment and teach men, so you the least, right?
Sure.
Right? So if you don't eat pork, you're the least, right?
I don't eat pork.
I'm sorry. If you eat pork, you're the least, right?
I don't think that's what the law is.
The law says you can't eat pork.
He's saying teach
the
my
law
commandments.
Says the least
that law is not the law he's talking about, bro.
Servant of sin. You are a slave to sin.
So I just wanted to show you how stupid this video was at the end of the day, because quite frankly, he just said, I don't eat pork. He's like, no, you eat pork. You must eat pork because you're a porcupine. Let me show you this real quick before we finish, fam. All right, we're almost done, man. I think you guys are going to appreciate this information. That's just one. So, like, I think about this a lot, man. You know, and it just blows my mind, bro, that you guys let dumbass FBAs really get one over y'all, or stupid ass TikTok fucking negros that are like, oh, I'm indigenous, bro. Really? Really? DNA don't matter unless you go into jail or you don't want to pay for your baby's bills. Is that what it is, bro? This book is called Conspiraciones y Jarana en Lima. Jarana en Lima, right? So you're going to be like, what the fuck? So let's read page 25. I'm going to try to see if I can get this book, but I have too much to read right now and do some shit, so I probably won't even run into it until later. But I caught wind of it, and I want to share just a little bit of this right here with you guys. In this book, again, it's called Conspiraciones y Jarana en Lima. It says, a José Moreno le desagradó aquella extravagante exclamación y pronto fue a echar mano de una facón que daba miedo nada más verlo. So this guy was a scary looking dude. Era el Moreno por carácter violento y devoto. Y si sentía algunas ofensas, no dudaba en responder con arrebato, right? Afortunadamente, tanto Andrés Molina como Nuño Fernández de Benalcázar conocían al fondero y lo calmaron con explicaciones huidizas y convincentes. Porque en menos que canta en un gallo, se hubiera armado una trapatiesta de padre y muy señor mío, right? So it says here, who is this guy? Jaime Ruiz pidió disculpa. El Moreno, si bien la aceptó, no bajó la agresividad de su ceño, respondiendo, pues por si usted no lo sabe, this is the black guy, okay? This is the Negro here in Lima, who hates our people. Pues si usted no lo sabe, muchos son los negros que han tomado las armas por el rey. ¿Dije that? Por si usted no lo sabe, muchos son los negros, Africans, que han tomado las armas por el rey. Sobre todo en la Nueva Granada. So these Africans supported this Spaniard king, took arms like the Spaniard king gave him a right to, and went and did what? What did white people do when they got here? What did we know supposedly Spaniards did when they got here? Yeah, the same shit with negros. Here he's telling you that we did. Y ni Cuba ni Puerto Rico han pensado en separarse de España. So here it says that not even the black people in Cuba or Africans in Spain, I'm sorry, for the Africans in Cuba or in Puerto Rico are even thinking of separating themselves. Ni lo pensarán jamás. So much for Negro suffering, huh? Where the fuck does this whole thing fall into the place then? Now, how in the world do you sit here and fucking tell our people that we're the same gente? And yet we know the madness of you. We know exactly who you are. You came with these people. You brought smallpox. You had your chance, right? You owned slaves. You knew their religion. You practice Christianity. A lot of your black folks were already Christmas Christians from like 300 Common Era up until, today. What are you talking about, bro? And then you dumbasses go and say that you ruled Europe. Well, if you ruled Europe, that really fucks it all up. You want to know why? If you read the Bible, you will understand. It says here that in Deuteronomy 28:64, and the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth even unto another. They always run to that shit. But they ignore this. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known. Even wood and stone. What do you mean? What do you mean? If you ruled Europe, so you knew of their Christianity, unless you were teaching that, but then you're going to say you weren't teaching that. But if you were teaching that, how the fuck did you have power? You see how confusing it gets once you start dissecting the scriptures? You start realizing, like, bro, these evangelicals are full of shit. These Khazars are full of shit. These Negros, they're full of shit too. Are they all full of shit? Seriously? Can they all really be that wrong? And among these nations shall thou find no ease. Right? So it's like, okay. Once again, we go back to verse 49. It says that this nation would be from afar. You would not know their language, right? And then verse 36 says that you nor your fathers would know them. Y'all knew each other. Once again, y ni Cuba ni Puerto Rico han pensado en separarse de España. You were helping the white man, Negro. Ni lo pensaron jamás. You were helping the white man, African. You were helping the white man, so-called black Hebrew Israelite. This goes to all of you guys. ISUPK, GMS, IUIC. Like, seriously, bro, I see you guys on YouTube arguing with fucking Christmas Christians. Well, it's so easy to do that. It's so easy to do that. Yo llegué al Perú hace muchos años, pero soy natural de La Habana, a donde llegaron mis antepasados desde Sevilla. You see that? This is a negro saying that his ancestors, or his people before him, came from Seville. Eran negros libres y pertenecían a la cofradía de los morenos que allá en aquella importantísima ciudad todo el mundo conoce más como la hermandad de los negritos, siempre devotos a la Virgen de los Ángeles. That's why you have the Black Madonna here, stupid ass Mexicans. Y'all are fucking dumb, bro. Nosotros siempre hemos querido a España y vamos a dar guerra a aquellos que quieran separarnos de nuestro reino. ¿Cómo les cabe esa madre, güey? ¿Verdad? Jarana, ¿quién son? Origen de la música criolla en Lima. So Mexico kicked these motherfuckers out. Yes. We kicked these fools out. Mexico knew exactly who you motherfuckers were. That's why you hardly see any like that in Mexico. We knew what the fuck was going on in Central and South America, bro. We understood this whole fucking thing. Sonidos afro, indígenas y mestizos. They're trying to say they're not from Africa, bro? For real? Grab this book, seriously. It's like a little short one. Muni, libro 16, Jarana, origen de la música criolla en Lima. ¿De dónde viene la pinche música de ellos, güey? De África, cabrón. ¿Para qué andamos con mamadas, güey? Are we fucking stupid and shit or what? Are we gonna get played like that, bro? Not me. Nah, y'all, shit. You guys can get played. I'm not gonna play that. All right, fam. Y'all have a good night, man. I'm gonna. I said I would go an hour and shit. Okay, I hope you appreciate that. I wish I would have done this class, but I couldn't do it. I just kind of wanted to talk about that one right there. It's like, for real, bro. So look forward to this class because I will tackle this pretty soon. Okay. I apologize for not doing it sooner.
Because I got some firepower on this stuff. Firepower. Anyways, other than that, man, y'all have a good night. Excuse a mess. Y'all play this. Hold on, let me take care of this.
El caudillo del sur, Emiliano Zapata. El caudillo del sur, Emiliano Zapata. Año de 1910, la tempestad se avecina. Morelos arde en coraje, la injusticia predomina. Los ricos de las haciendas se adueñaron del terreno, dejando el pueblo hambriado, tragándose su veneno. Pero en Anenecuico un gallo ya se plantaba. Emiliano Zapata, el hombre que no temblaba. Tenía 30 años apenas, la mirada bien clavada, viendo cómo a sus hermanos la tierra le fue robada. No pidió permiso al gobierno ni anduvo con papeleos. Junto a los hombres del pueblo se acabaron los rodeos. Fueron directo al lindero con los rifles en la mano. Derribaron las bardas que puso el terrateniente tirano. Aquí se siembra, cabrones, gritó con voz de trueno, devolviendo las parcelas a los dueños de este suelo. Fue el primer acto de furia, el despertar del gigante. Un campesino de charro que camino hacia adelante. Llegó la batalla de Pautla, sitiada la ciudad entera. 6 días de fuego cruzado bajo la misma bandera. El 5º regimiento de oro, el ejército profesional, cayó ante las guerrillas del ejército comunal. Tierra y libertad, la tierra es de quien la trabaja. Aquí no se dobla nadie, aquí nadie se nos raja. Con el fusil en la mano y el sombrero bien plantado, Zapata vive en el cerro, el caudillo respetado. Tierra y libertad, el grito del pueblo ruge contra el gobierno corrupto que al descalzo lo estruja. Puro fuego en el sur. Ya la revolución cabalga, el gobierno manda su armada. Federales con cañones buscan dejar la zona arrasada. En Cuautla lo acorralaron, el cerco estaba cerrado. Miles de guachos armados, el caudillo interceptado. Cualquiera se hubiera rendido, cualquiera pide clemencia, pero Zapata en su sangre lleva pura resistencia. Estudió la sombra, la noche midió el peligro de frente. Le dijo a su caballería: morimos como gente. Montó su cuaco con rabia, sacó el machete y el fierro y lideró una carga suicida. Bajando directo del cerrabalazo limpio, rompieron las líneas del enemigo. Las balas le rozaban la ropa, el destino era su testigo. 1914 la capital fue testigo. Junto con Pancho Villa entraron como un castigo. Llegaron a Palacio Nacional los campesinos triunfantes, la gente de los guaraches, los de las manos curtidas y andantes. Le dijeron: Emiliano, siéntate en la silla presidencial. Él la miró con desprecio, con un instinto real. Esa madre está maldita, vuelve loco al hombre bueno. Yo no busco el poder, yo solo vengo por lo nuestro. 1919, abril en el calendario. Chinameca se viste con el traje del calvario. Guajardo prometió unión, pero esconde la traición. 100 fusiles apuntan al centro del corazón. Entró pagando el patio, la trampa estaba lista. Balas a quemar ropa, terminaron con la vista. Cayó el hombre al suelo, el suelo que tanto amó. Pero el fuego de su alma nunca nadie lo apagó. Creyeron que matándolo la idea moriría, que el campesino ciego al latifundio volvería. Pero el cuerpo expuesto no apagó la rebelión. El mito de la huelga se volvió una religión. Dicen en los pueblos que el caudillo no cayó, que el compadre en su puesto la descarga recibió, que cabalga en las cumbres en su gran caballo blanco, vigilando los ejidos desde el cerro más barato.
y Cal. Hijo, abre los ojos. Tu cuerpo se queda con nosotros, pero tu espíritu debe seguir. Busca la luz. Aléjate de las sombras. Deja que nuestro dolor sea tu fuerza. Desde aquí iluminamos tu camino. Lucha como nosotros ante esta pena tan grande. Yo soy tú. Tú eres yo. La muerte que hoy nos separa, mañana volverá a unirnos. Eres libre, hijo.